What's happening, guys? Daithiraids here. We're today talking about the new path event, Balar The Lost, his path. It's not his path, guys. This is extremely important. Everybody needs to know this path isn't for him. He's not the big prize. He is not the big prize, okay? So for me, what I'd be doing here is I'd be making sure that I get this twisted horn mythical 100 pulls. You get one full mythical pull, okay? So it'll be far less expensive as well than going for him or his soul, because you can come down this way. To get him, you have to come down this path, get the key, and then come down this path again and get the champion, right? Which is grand. If you want the champion or you want the soul, fine, do that. But I think the chance at this is so much more valuable. We really need to be prioritizing getting mythical resources like this now. Because if we come down here, we are looking at 500, 1750. We are looking at 4,250. We're looking at 6,750. We're looking at 10,000, 10,250, 19,250, and then we're into 19,250, 26,750, 27,000, and 57,250. Something like that. I know that was rough maths, guys. Should never do maths live on camera. That's a bad decision. But I'm full of bad decisions. We're all full of bad decisions, guys. So yeah, look at if we go down this path, we're getting that so much cheaper. We're up to the 26,000, 27,000-ish mark there. And then if we go down this way, we're adding in another 70,000 onto that as well. Whereas to go over to this is just another 30,000. So we're over half of the cost to get the mythical resources. You know, even the books could be vitally important to you, but this is huge. And I'll show you why now, guys, right? Especially for the twisted horns. If it was any other mythical resource, any other mythical relic resource, I don't think I would be as emphatic about the need to go for this, right? And the reason for that is quite simple. If we look at the event groups, if we look at the Chaos Awakes, we have Crown of Corruption, okay? So if we look at Crown of Corruption here, wearer deals 5% more damage and receives 5% speed when above 50% HP, okay? Below 50% HP deals 25% less damage and loses 15% speed. Now, that increases up to, that's another 10%. So at top level, that's another 15% speed. Okay. Now, I do need clarification if that's on their total speed or their base speed, because you know the way auras work on somebody's base speed, not on their total. So yeah, it depends on that. But even if it wasn't, let's say it was just on their base speed, that's another 15 speed. If it's on their total speed, we can bring up a calculator here somewhere. Let's have a look at this. I'll turn on display capture. Can we see that? Yeah, we can. So if I look at this, right, let's say we have somebody built at 400 now, which is a good speed to be going at, but you're still going to lose speed races at 400. It's crazy. But if you have this Crown of Corruption, let's say you get 5% at start. So at its base, you're going to multiply that by 1.05, and you're going to end up at 420 speed, right? At its max, you're going to multiply 400 by 1.15, and you're going to get 460 speed. 460, guys. That's insane, right? So you need to have this. After the Chaos Awakes thing is finished, we're not going to get any more chances to get twisted horns, especially not mythical ones. Okay, so right, let's say you get those. What does that mean to you? Right, it means you have a 20% chance of pulling a mythical. Right, you have an 80% chance of pulling a legendary. So you're like, well, you're not even guaranteed it. Yeah, however, for that, if you don't get that, you could get Covetous Passion, which is the other mythical one there, which also has the Shatter buff, which improves your ignore defense and has some great stats on it as well. You could also get Skull of Treason, which boosts your HP burn damage and also can boost it up. Like, look, like your HP burn does what, 10% of somebody's health, is it? Let's check that out again. I need to see that. Where can we see those back? Their skills. Their skills is where we need to see it. There we go, right. So HP burn, if we look at the skill, we all know how it works. We all know it deals damage and all that kind of thing. 3% of their individual max HP, but it affects everybody else on the squad as well, right? So if you have that, if you manage to pull that, you're unlucky, you don't get the mythical, you're going to fall here and you end up doing 10% more damage up to another 20, 25, 35, 50% damage. So that's why everybody is being deleted in Arena at the moment, because they have Skull of Treason and they have the Incinerate Blessing. So, you know, if you miss this and get this, you're still going to be very happy. If you get Gilded Pinion, yeah, quit. Just quit raid. I have too many of these bloody things. And I think, honestly, they're going to be food for me. Or I might level them up and just, they might be a speed stick. So I might just use them for stats. That's probably what I will do. Yeah, it's not great. But these three are fantastic. And you can't get epics off it. Now, the other thing to remember is you could end up getting Chimera or Standard Group. Okay? So that's the one thing to remember as well. Actually, can you? There are faction wars. No, I think. Let me see the collection or the index here again. Yeah, so actually you can only you get the standard group, not the Chimera group. You get the standard group or the event group. So from the standard group, you can get Volcardiac Heart. Anybody who's gotten Titus, anybody who's gotten Titus, you want Volcardiac Heart. Why is that? Because of this magma shield, it counts as a shield as well. So with that, that means you can get 3 shields on him, and he's able to ramp up his damage a lot more and can do a lot more damage. So that's the only way you can get 3 shields on somebody now, is with Volcardiac Heart. So Wear places a 10% magma shield buff on all allies for 2 turns at the start of the battle. Also places a 10% magma shield buff on the Wear for 2 turns whenever they lose 25% of their HP in a single hit. And you can buff that up by another 10% as well. So that's huge. That's a third shield. That's going to be massive. And it's a really good relic anyway. You can also get Hollowed Hilt, where you can place Fervor when you do an active heal, which is another good buff as well. You can get Aspect of Sirith, or you can get Wand of Submission. Any of these I'd be happy at getting. The one I really want, obviously, is the Event Dungeon Crown of Corruption one. It doesn't do anything cool there and then, but the stats it gives you over, above and beyond what what you already have in your speed is huge. It's massive. If you do not have one of these and your opponent does, you are losing the speed race. Simple as that. You gotta have it. So that's it, guys. It is vitally important to go for that. So what do we say? 57,000 points. If we look at that 57,000 points, right? Let's divide that by 4,500, which is what you get for the sacred shards. You're looking at 12 sacred shards, okay? It's 20 minimum to get Balar, right? So 12 sacred shards is a lot easier. Path of the Lost. Yeah, 12 sacred shards for ancient shards. Divide by 300. And we're looking at 190. And divide by 7. I wouldn't use primals if I could help it. 750 for voids. And you're looking at 76. So I have very little in the tank at the moment, guys. The other thing that we can look at then is 57,000 divided by, let's say we're averaging out 31 for 31 energy, okay? Let's say we're averaging out at rank 5 epic when we're running dungeon, okay? So divide by 31 equals, that's a lot of runs, 1,800 runs. So that's rough. Like if we let's go to Dragon and let's run Dragon 20 and just see what we get for instance, right? So we can run this, and we'll take this as an example of what we can expect to get. If we didn't have Titus on here, we'd be much quicker. Razelvarg is pretty quick at farming Dragon. I do like him for this. Actually, he's better with food because he gets his speed stat up much quicker as well. But it should still be done in and around a minute. Where did he get the increased attack there, actually? Does Titus give increased attack? I didn't even... Oh, he does. Excellent. Okay. So, this is him dead now. Should be just under the minute mark. And we got... See, an epic 5-star and an epic 5-star. That's 2 runs, or a rare 5-star. That's 2 runs. And we get 57 points. So we're not far off the mark there. You're talking about 29 to 36 points per run on average. So you need 1,800 runs by the looks of that. 1,800 single runs. This is a double run, obviously. And you're talking 16 per run. So 16 energy per run. So if you multiply that by 16, that gives you 29k energy. So that's a lot. You're not getting there on energy alone. Now, thing I would say is, if you feel like you want to go for this, okay, don't pull any shards. Don't pull any shards at all. Wait and see what you can amass over the next few days. For instance, we have our clan boss rewards daily. Okay, so we have clan boss, we have Doom Tower. So I would have got a void today from that. In the next 4 days, can I get anything else? I can get 1 more void. Maybe 2 more voids. Did I get a void? Is there 3 voids on hard? That was, well, whatever. Anyway, but I can possibly get 2 more voids there, okay? Cursed City, I've none. Clan Boss, we'll get whatever we get, wherever our luck is. You may be able to get some from Faction Wars, depending on where you are. So for instance, I'm around here. I don't really have any coming up, so that's not going to help me out. But I will get some energy. That will help me out. The dungeons might pick up an ancient or two. That's not going to do much for us. The other big thing would be our quests. So finishing these off, where are you versus your monthly? Basically, can we finish these off? I will get, I'll get that. I will get that sacred before the end of this tournament. So that's another 5,500 points between the sacred and the void that I'm going to get here. And just see what you can amass, guys. Because by the time the event is over, you could have come into more stuff. So I would say hold off. Don't pull any shards. Do run dungeons. Run as much of the dungeons as you absolutely can. Keep doing it. Push the energy to the limits. Get every source of energy you can. Keep running them. And then, if you have it, if you're within touching distance of it, then you've built up silver, you've built up gear, you've built up all the rest of it. So it's not a waste. You're building up resources in silver and all that kind of thing. And if you're within striking distance, then with your gear before it ends, or with your shards before it ends, then go and use them. Okay? So that's it. That's my thesis. That's my theory. That's my thought on the Balar The Lost, Path of the Lost. Go for the relic, not for the champion, guys. I've been daithiraids. Take care. Thanks very much. Bye bye.